Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Brown. I am going to give you a quick review on adding suffixes to phonetic skill 3 and 4 that we went over yesterday so that you can be successful on your worksheet for today. Okay, remember that this worksheet is like any other phonics sheet. It is for a grade, and you do need to make sure that you have your name and your number on the top of the paper, or I'm taking 5 points off, and nobody wants that, right? So make sure that the first thing you do when your substitute hands you your paper is you write your name and your Chromebook number in the corner. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to refresh your memory on phonetic skill 3 and phonetic skill 4. So one of these words is following phonetic skill 3, and one of them is following phonetic skill 4. Right now, I want you to softly put your finger on your screen on the word that's following phonetic skill 3. Okay, if you selected this one, you are correct. Remember that phonetic skill 3 ends in a vowel that can stand on its own and say its name. Okay, so when we code it, you have your O as a vowel. You go around your track, and because it stands on its own and it can say its name, it makes it a long vowel. Go. Okay, and if I want to take this word and I want to add a suffix to it, phonetic skill 3 rule when adding suffixes says that we can just add it on. So I'm going to rewrite my word, okay, and then I'm going to put my suffix on it, whatever it may be, ing, ed, er, or est. I'm going to use ing for this one, okay, and remember that we underline our ending, our suffix. Okay, so phonetic skill 3, we can just add it on. So if this word followed phonetic skill 3, then this one has to follow phonetic skill 4. Phonetic skill 4 says that we end in the letter E, and it's a sneaky silent E because we don't hear it, and it makes our A say its name. So when we code it, we start at the bottom. You have to stay in order. So you mark your vowels, then you can go up top, cross your E out because we don't hear it. It still has a job to make the A say its name. Bake. And I want to change it to baked, like I baked a cake yesterday. So I know that it says baked, and phonetic skill 4 rule says that if I want to add a suffix to a word that follows phonetic skill 4, I have to take away this E, and then I can add my suffix. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to take away the E. It's still going to say a long A even though the E is not there because I'm going to add a suffix. But even if the suffix didn't have an E in it, this word is still baked no matter what because the base word is here. It's just that when I add a suffix, I have to take this away. So I have bake, and then I want to add an ED to it. Drop my other E and add this one. Baked. I baked a cake. Okay, so there's our review. Phonetic skill 3, we can just add it. Phonetic skill 4, you have to drop your E and then add your suffix. Okay. Let me erase that. Okay, so that's what your worksheet's going to ask you to do, is look at phonetic skill 4 words, and it's going to want you to add a suffix, and I will show you what that worksheet looks like in just a second. But right now, looking at the word on my screen, this is not a phonetic skill 4 word, but a phonetic skill 3 word, because our worksheet does not allow you to practice phonetic skill 3 words, okay? But I want to see if you can do this on your own. So on the back of your paper, I want you to write this word, and do not forget to put this star right here. The reason I want you to put that star is because we know that if a star comes before a word, then that word is a nonsense word. It's not a real word. So if you just write the word low and you add a suffix, it's not a real word, okay? This word by itself is not a real word. That's why it gets a star. It's a nonsense word. So if your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever looks at the back of this paper and says, "What is this?" then you can tell them, "This is me showing Miss Brown that I know how to do phonetic skill 3 and add a suffix to it." And this star shows us that it's not a real word. So on the back of your paper, I want you to write the word low, L-O, but make sure you add the star. And I want you to add the ending or the suffix ing. Okay? So remember, phonetic skill 3 says we can just add it. Phonetic skill 4 says we have to drop the last letter E and then add it. So your job is to do the whole front, and then on the back, put this on the back, and then add ing. So let's take a look at what your worksheet will look like. Okay, this is what it will look like. It says you are going to add suffixes to phonetic skill 3 and phonetic skill 4. Well, they don't really have phonetic skill 3 on here, so that's why I want you to flip it over and do that star, LO, and then add ing to it, okay? So let me show you what you're going to do here. Right here you have an example. It says rope. You have to code it just like they did. Code your word. It says prove and read your words below. That's your first job. Code it. After you code it, you're going to rewrite it 2 times, but when you rewrite it, you're going to drop your E and add an ing. It tells you exactly what to add, y'all. These last papers that I graded, we did not follow the rules. Some of us added all kinds of crazy things, but in our instructions, it tells us exactly what to add. So make sure you're only adding the suffix ing, okay? Make sure you're coding it first. A lot of us didn't even code the words on our last one, and we ended up not making a very good grade because we didn't follow the directions. Code your word, and then I want you to drop the E, add ing 2 different times, then you can move on. Code it, drop your E, add ing to the word 2 times, then you can move on. Okay, so that's for all those words. Then it says write a sentence with phonetic skill 4 word to have an ending ing. Then you're going to read the sentence. So you can pick one of these words up here and you can write a sentence, but your sentence has to have ing in it. So I can't say one time I went to, okay? I have to put timing. I made good timing on the race, period. Okay, pick one of these words. You can actually probably pull it from over here because it'd be easier because you've already added the ing, and then create a sentence with it. Once you're done, that's when you flip it and you write the star, LO, and I want you to add ing using phonetic skill 3, adding a suffix to it, okay? When you are done, make sure your name and number's on the top, and then raise your hand and ask yourself to pick it up. All right, guys, I hope you'll have a great day.